Hey, all right. Good evening, everybody. It's Ben Gardner from OrlandoBands.com and the Local Music Guild coming at you for our weekly Thursday night Local Music Guild live show, streaming live here out of the OrlandoBands.com studio in sunny Central Florida. We are so glad you guys have tuned in. Go ahead and share the post if you don't mind, and help us out and get some other people watching. We greatly appreciate that. You can also start a watch party there if you haven't done that yet. It's a freaking awesome thing that you can. And beyond that, we want to say, please check out localmusicguild.com. Getting them backwards there. Localmusicguild.com. Visit the site. You can check out past episodes on what we've got going on here. We've been I think it's 13th or 14th episode now. I'm kind of losing count at this point, but there's a lot of past episodes on there with lots of great topics and musical guests you can check out. Also, we encourage you to please consider becoming a Local Music Guild member for as little as $1 a month. It helps us out tremendously. We use the funds to help continue to dump into this project so that we can have these live stream shows to you, live stream concerts, all sorts of stuff that we're doing on that side of things. So check it out, and if you guys want to help us out, we greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to be on the show itself, it's simple. Just go to localmusicguild.com/join the show, or just go to the website and click on the join the show button there, and it'll bring you to a form you can fill out. And we'll ask you what you have going on, and then we'll bring you on and talk about all those wonderful things that you have going on, and let everybody know about it. So we appreciate that. And then also we want to say OrlandoBands.com. If you guys are looking for a rehearsal space, or if you're looking for a place to do photos, or if you're looking for a place to do some live streaming like we're doing right now, or tracking or anything like that, hit us up. We've got a great little room here in the Central Florida area, about 10 minutes from downtown, and very musician-friendly pricing. And we'll get you guys all squared away on that side of things too. And also, if you're looking for stage rentals, we do have mobile stage systems, lighting rigs, PA systems, set and scenic, all sorts of stuff. So hit us up for whatever events you have coming up. It could be a rock festival like one we just did with the hurricane party just recently, or it could be a wedding like one we just did recently out of Disney. So hit us up on all that stuff too, and we definitely love to work with you on your next upcoming event and help it make it a success. We also want to say a big thank you to Mr. Chris Godkin from Century 21 Blue Sky Realty. So if you guys are looking to buy, sell, or rent a property here in the Central Florida area, you can't go wrong with Chris. He's an amazing, amazing guy. And not only does he know real estate like nobody's business, but he also knows music, so you can talk to him about music as well too. He goes out to so many concerts. We love seeing him out and about, and he's a big supporter of not just larger acts, but local acts as well too. So again, if you're looking for a property, buy, sell, or rent, hit up Chris Godkin. He's the man, and keep an eye out for him out on shows when you're out and about, because he's all over the place. So yeah, let's get started here. Mr. Cody Williams, our co-host, is here with us. So good to have you back here, Cody, as always.
Once again, it is very awesome to be here.
Yeah, buddy. So we got music guests as well too. So we got the boys from KitchenKillaz here. This is Billy and the Commodore here.
Hello. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Man? This is sweet. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely, man. I'm
awesome.
Glad to have you guys on.
Very cool.
I know it's if you guys are familiar with the KitchenKillaz, you and seen some of their videos and stuff, you'll know that they're normally in kitchens. But unfortunately, we weren't able to facilitate the kitchen for this episode.
Oh, that's okay.
But so they're the studio killers today. Not the kitchen killers.
I'll take it, no problem. That's fine, man. We bring in a hibachi grill,
yeah,
couple
there you
small
go.
pans.
I thought, man, how can I do this
That'd be
without
so
setting
funny.
off the fire alarm? But
Yeah, we don't want fire, and it's a beautiful place.
yeah, man. So awesome to have you guys here. We had you guys out for our second Saturdays in Sanford show recently. What was it? Not last weekend, the weekend before.
2 weekends ago, yeah. West End Trading, man.
Yeah,
it was
a great performance you guys put on,
Thank
man.
you,
Appreciate having you guys out.
Thanks a lot.
I'm glad we got to feature some of the food. I wasn't sure how we were going to be able to do that because normally what we do is we feature the menu, especially when we do commercial restaurants.
Yeah,
so we want to
right,
really.
right.
So I talked to Taylor, the cook for the evening, and I was like, "I want your top 3 things that you've made the most of tonight." He goes, "Oh, quesadillas, wings, and jalapeno poppers." I'm like, "Set me up, bro."
There you go.
So we're going to bring some people on stage. We're going to sample it and have them talk about it, and we'll see what we can do. And
Yep.
it really worked out, man. I love West End. They're so nice.
Their wings are awesome too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
killer, absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I
and
always get their tater tots. I love their tater tots.
Dude, their tater tots are out of this world.
I
man.
get tater
Yeah.
tots wherever I go. If they have tater tots, I'm getting them.
That's
My heart
true.
is happy.
Out of this world, man.
it's a done deal.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, too cool, guys. So you guys have all sorts of stuff going on. I really love this because you guys have fused your music with a really cool idea of touring around and crashing people's kitchens. And it doesn't even have to be a residential kitchen. It can be a commercial or restaurant or just any kitchen, really. Anything that had, a spatula and and some eggs.
We bring a kitchen as well. We've done a couple festivals where a lot of times we'll get the request like, how do you guys play a festival if there's no kitchen?
Yeah.
And we actually worked with a 1-to-1 scale format large format artist named Holland King, and he created a 1-to-1 scale kitchen on 6 4x8 pieces of masonite.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we put the whole thing up behind us, and we have an entire kitchen full of
that's
sinks
too
and
cool.
refrigerators
Yeah.
and stoves and cupboards and cabinets. It's super cool. So we bring that whole thing out. We set the whole thing up. We play in front of that, and we also we're fortunate to have the mad scientist from Maryland, an awesome chef. He travels with us as well. So when we do the full kitchen, he'll be right in the middle. The Commodore and I will flank him on either side, so we're in a kitchen.
That's too cool, man.
Gotta
Too
think outside
cool.
the box.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And yeah, it's really it's a really unique idea.
Thank
I
you.
know there's only I think one other guy that I know that's kind of doing something along the lines of cooking and music. That's the vegan black metal chef. If you ever seen him before, but
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Oh, he's
yeah.
Vegan black metal chef.
yeah.
Check him out. He's on
That sounds
YouTube.
extreme.
He's actually from Orlando here. Yeah, but he's in LA now.
I'll have to do a mashup.
Yeah.
On the show.
That'd be awesome.
He's out in LA killing it, man.
Nice, good for him.
He does all these cruises and cooking demonstrations, and he's got the full black metal corpse paint and the spikes and garb, but he does the music.
He does vegan menus.
Yep, but it's
That's
all
awesome.
black metal, and he
That's
does the
awesome.
recipes with the music and everything. It's his smoothie alchemy is awesome.
That's super
my
creative,
That's
man.
been
That's
my
a great
favorite one.
idea.
Yeah, he's fantastic. A super nice guy too. Just a really incredible guy. And his food's. I'm not vegan, but man, he's about changed my mind. So
We've recently, this project's introduced us to some vegetarian and some vegan options, and I've never really been in the environment to try some of those menu items. But I got to tell you, like, I underestimated vegan options and vegetarian options. I underestimated them, and I'll come right out and say that was my bad.
Yeah.
I've had some absolutely incredible vegan and vegetarian food, outstanding.
Yeah, I could
dish is a
definitely,
dish,
I could
yeah.
definitely eat vegan options a lot. However, I think we both feel the same. Like every once in a while, I need a cheeseburger.
yeah, right.
like
Like, I'm
ribeye.
not gonna say I'm vegan. I love the diet. I think it's a great diet
Yeah.
for you, and it's healthy, and
Sure,
there's a lot
sure,
of good things
sure.
that I can eat and enjoy. However,
We all got to go sometime.
the other night I had
Die-
12-ounce prime ribs.
Yeah, die young, make a pretty corpse.
Real quick, I wanted to give a shout out. Kevin Blood wanted a shout out. Said tell the boys I said hello, and
What's
make
up,
sure to
Kevin?
mention that the caps lock is stuck on.
Nice, but that's our main man
Doesn't
from
come
Maine,
off.
Kevin B. Blood and Mia Blood. They actually have a show on Sunday evenings called The Main Event, where they talk about all different topics, and they're really cool. They're a husband and a wife duo, and the chemistry between them on screen is hilarious. Like
That's
it
cool.
really is super cool. Kevin has been a supporter of us for almost 2 years now.
Oh,
he has
great.
been absolutely incredible, awesome
cool.
dude.
Too
Thanks
cool.
for checking it out, Kevin. Not surprised, man. It's good to see you, and keep those cap locks on, baby.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit. You guys, if you guys are at home, you can check them out. You can go to the Facebook page.com/KitchenKillaz, KILLAZ, and check them out there. And you guys have tour dates like out the freaking wazoo. You guys are everywhere. I know you said you're like booked out for the remainder of this year, right?
Yeah, we only have
Most of it, yeah.
3 dates left. We have 11, 15, and then 2 dates in December, and we're done.
That's
and
so
our
awesome.
goal this year was we wanted to be booked 6 months in advance.
Yeah.
That was what we were really headed toward.
Yeah.
You know, and we were hoping that the first year wasn't a flash in the pan. Because once you hit that 1 year anniversary, you're like, all right, you know, how are we going to evolve? How are we going to step it up? Is this going to be one of those things that people were just interested in because it was
Right.
new, and now it's
Yeah.
kind of so it's really awesome and we have whiteboards everywhere at our house just for organization.
Yeah,
But it's so humbling to look up and see a full schedule of June, July done, August, September, October
man.
done. You know,
Yeah.
1 date in November, 2 dates in December, and now on the right hand side of that, now we're already booking into January and the rest
Well, it
of
was kind of a fun experiment
2020.
actually, because we only wrote a couple dates up there, and we'd fill those up, and then the next month we would write the dates. I'm like, wait a minute, every time I write more dates up here,
They
fill
just
up.
get filled.
So I wrote 6 months worth of dates.
just write
which
them
is
all
what
up.
our goal is anyway.
It's visual.
And we filled it
Yeah.
up except for 3.
Yeah, we're most certainly visual. Like I think that's one of the ways that we've been able to achieve a lot of the success we've been able to achieve is we visualize it and we visualize it done, and the next thing you know, the universe delivers it.
Yeah,
And puts it
you
into
lose
fruition.
sleep over it all night, and then you
That's
wake
it.
up and you get it done.
Yeah, you wake up and you get it done. That's right. But it's been a really interesting
That's
ride,
cool.
and it's nice to look up at the schedule and feel that solidarity, that comfort feeling that we're busy. You know,
Yeah.
we're busy for the next 6 months. Our Fridays are booked out for the next 6 months, and I'm really, really excited to get these 3 in the book. Once we get these 3 in the book, that is our year goal. That's what we were headed after. That's what we were trying to hit.
Yeah.
And it was a big goal. When we were booked a month in advance, I was ecstatic. It was like a kid on Christmas morning. When we were 2 and 3 months
They
in advance,
love
I was
me.
like,
They
man, this
love
is
me.
great. 4 or 5 months in advance, I'm like, man, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
there was a time, believe it or not, that we didn't always have a Friday night to play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where are we going
That's
to be
true.
this Friday? I don't know.
That's true. And, you know,
and it
and-
could happen the day before. We're like, hey, you guys want to come over here?
Yeah. We're on
and,
the
and
way.
you guys get your shows in a variety of ways. I know when we had you out the last Saturday there at the show out at the West End, Keith Tenoya, I believe, hit you guys up
Yeah,
about.
Keith's awesome. We've actually
Yeah.
been talking to him.
So just out of the blue
his
like
wife
that.
came up on stage and she actually tried the quesadilla.
Oh, right on.
And then
right
she
on.
took
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
sauces that she was supposed to leave, but we loved her anyway, and it was totally cool. But yeah, we've been chatting with him, so we got him those 3 dates, and he's working out with us and to try to find out when we can
That's
get that
awesome.
date in the books. And that's kind of
So stuff
how a
just
lot of that
lands in the
happened. Yep.
lap like that,
That's
just
it.
from out playing out.
Oh yeah, we actually were on an
Doesn't
interview.
just land.
Yeah.
Some of it does.
A lot of work
So,
to
well,
get people.
you can't say no because some of it's true, but you got to put it out there. If you
Yeah,
don't put it out
right.
there, if you don't create the opportunity, it won't land in your lap. But if you put
Right,
it there, people
right.
will make it happen for you. If you want
Exactly.
people to help you, give them a way to do it, and they will.
Yeah, certainly.
That's the best way to do it. So we're going to be really cool playing with Keith. We've been able to book some shows in the middle of an interview. We were on with Jack DeMarco one time, and he said, so how do we go about booking a date? Like, how do we do that? And I said, well, Jack, we got July 12th open. Can we
Yeah.
crash your kitchen? He goes, yeah. I was like, there you go. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. We'll be there July 12th.
On the air.
That's just
Perfect.
that's exactly how we do it. You know, email us kitchenkillaz@gmail. Check out any of the feeds. We stream 3 times a week. Just pop in there and be like, how far do you guys travel? We'll go anywhere. You know, especially in the state of Florida. You know,
Sure,
We
sure.
tried to. We've been West Palm all the way to Jacksonville, and I think we've been down a bunch of different places. So Florida, we pretty much
that's
have.
about as far as
We have squared away. We played Atlanta last year. We were at Dragon Con.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Which has
yeah.
been super cool. We kind of
going
crashed
back.
the parade.
Did you guys do the mega? You did the MegaCon here?
Yeah, we did MegaCon,
Okay, yeah.
MegaCon Orlando. We're doing Tampa Bay
That's
Comic Con as well. We've done SuperCon a lot. We've done Holiday Matsuri, which happens around Christmas time.
That's
We've
cool.
done Spooky Empire, which is coming up.
Oh
so,
man, I love Spooky Empire. It's a
So
blast.
and we have a really good connection with the convention world, you know, and that's kind of where this all started. Is I wanted to be able to combine the convention world and the live music world.
Yeah.
So originally, I had an acoustic table playing acoustic originals at SuperCon. So here's some guy who's not cosplaying, not creating any art, not doing any fan art. He's just playing original music.
yeah,
But a lot of the people that have supported us since the very beginning came from that environment.
that's too cool.
Oh,
which
yeah.
is super,
Without a
super
doubt.
cool, man.
Without a
A
So
huge
what
core.
would be the ultimate superhero food mashup, like Super Taco Man, or like what would you guys think would mash up the best with food and these cons that you could dress up as while you perform
That's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. We've gotten when we were at Sci-Fi Bartow 2 years ago, I cosplayed as Spider-Man and performed as Spider-Man.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Which was awesome because I also cosplay Gambit, but it's a lot of armor.
Oh, right.
And it doesn't allow me the freedom of motion.
Sure.
To be able to play at the same time. But
it's hard to throw playing cards while you're...
Oh yeah, most certainly. He is New Orleans,
right?
Or Nolans. So that's where he is kind of steeped. And we're really fortunate that Mad Scientist is a huge fan of Cajun food. So I think I would probably lean on something like that because we try to evolve our team members as much as possible. So we get the Mad Scientist in there, we get a little Gambit in there. I'm pretty sure it would be pretty cool to see what we could come up with that would be like Gambit's go-to dish.
Yeah,
you know, because he is super, super Cajun. Even his accent, his upbringing, everything is just steeped heavily in that Cajun environment.
He was one of my top X-Men for sure.
So awesome, man. Yeah. So smooth, bro. What a pimp.
Yeah,
I'll never be that smooth.
But he goes for the one girl the one girl he can't touch.
Rogue?
That's
right.
the one girl. So. I saw where you guys have played obviously a ton of kitchens. So a kitchen made of chalk.
Oh yeah.
How does that work? Edible chalk?
And that's actually what I was referring to when I was talking about Holland King. So we bring our kitchen, and he's a chalk artist. And when he originally told us that he was a chalk artist, I thought he meant like a chalkboard.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
And there's chalk markers, and there's different kinds of chalk everywhere. So when we had seen him do some incredible work, and we were looking to commission somebody to make a 1-to-1 scale kitchen for us.
So it's all done out of chalk.
The whole thing is done out of chalk on the masonite. Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
He came in and he spent 2 full weekends in our Florida room with these huge pieces of masonite laid out, doing 1-to-1 scale kitchen appliances, all in chalk.
That's too cool.
And we actually got to see him at a Bartow Chalk Walk last year, and he did an amazing mural. It was probably 15 by 15.
Wow.
And we're going back this year again, and it's packed with chalk artists. There's probably going to be 2 dozen chalk artists there. It's
never been to that.
Are you guys going to eat like the edible chalk, the ASMR? What's the ASMR chalk?
ASMR. I know what ASMR is, but I didn't know people were eating chalk these days.
Yeah, they have edible chalk that ASMR artists will eat next to the mic like this. Go to the microphone.
I don't know if chalk and vocal cords get along that well. I'm not 100% sure.
Any chalk.
I'm going to go with no. I will say this. I would love to bring somebody onto the show that could do something and would be willing to do something like that. I think that would be awesome. So we can feature that.
We're putting the call out now. If anybody out there is
ASMR chalk eaters.
ASMR chalk eater.
Must be older than 3.
I would love to do it while we have the chalk kitchen and have an ASMR chalk consumer. While we play music,
and then they eat
chalk,
the set.
That would be expensive, but that's not bad. We'll write a song about chalk. I think it would be amazing. Very chalky. We have milk and magnesia. It's very chalky. Who knows, man?
There you go. So there's obviously a lot of sharp objects and knives and things like that in the kitchen.
Sure.
Tell me, there's got to be some incidences that have happened, that have arose.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the kitchens that we played in have been fairly small.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times when we perform, we're working with really high heat. We have a chef right behind us working with really high heat, but we have a host working with really high heat.
So you get your own pyro built into it.
There's a couple times that I will say on the good side of it, there's a couple times that it's extremely challenging because the food smells outstanding.
Yeah.
And we're only a foot away.
And that waft thing.
And we feature the food. We don't eat the food during the show.
Right.
So here we are. It's like really challenging. You have this amazing food, and we can't do anything about it.
Stop the song.
The inside of your guitar cases must smell amazing.
Oh, dude! It's like barbecue ribs and banana pudding all day long. It's incredible.
Do you ever stick food in your case before you leave?
We're a lot of the hosts that we work with. That's actually not a bad idea. But a lot of the hosts that we work with, a lot of times what they'll do is they'll want us to take some food home. So and when they have a party, they'll bring over 10, 20, 30 people. Tomorrow we're going to be in Melbourne, and it's a housewarming party, and we're expecting between 35 to 40 people.
That's too cool.
And Lauren Edinger, who's an awesome person, great photographer, cosplayer, awesome mom, and an incredible cook. The last time we were there, she did beef Wellington, which was everything was homemade, everything was made from scratch, and she's just outstanding. So now she's making food for 30 plus people, which I'm super excited about. So a lot of times, we're actually in it for the food. We're not even in it for the music. We just do it all for the food. We have an extra guitar case we bring that is actually isolated with ice and packing on the outside, so we just pretend there's a guitar in there. It's just for food and drinks. That's really it.
The KitchenKillaz, putting down that old starving musician term.
That's right, man. Use that no if you play for food, you're not starving anymore. That's the way to do it right there.
How do you actually get invited to one of those shows? Is that like a private party kind of deal?
Yeah, I mean, and Lauren and I have known each other for a couple of years now, and again, she's another friend that I met through the cosplay world, through the convention world. We met at Space Coast Comic Con 2 years ago, where I was hosting a cosplay contest, and she was there taking pictures for Ladybird Productions. And we just kind of like linked up, and we were sharing photos, and we found out that we were going to a lot of different conventions at the same time. So she started checking out the show, and we just put the call out on the show. You know, like if you'd like your kitchen crashed, if you want to cook, awesome. If you want to feature grandma's lasagna recipe, killer. If you just want to entertain and have a good time, we have a chef that when he's available, because he's a hot commodity, that travels with us. And sometimes people are like, yeah, I just want to entertain, bring the chef. You know, so we'll get in touch with the Mad Scientist. We form a Facebook group, make sure we cover heads and allergies, anything like that. We put together a menu. He does 3 courses, appetizers, entrees, desserts, and a cocktail list, which is super, super cool. You know, so it's like you bring the people, you take care of the food, and we do it for free. We don't charge anything for it.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
we ask to accept donations, just for the right or the ability to accept donations, and we sell merchandise, shirts, Yetis, pop sockets, stickers, whatever we can.
Roast beef.
And that's what I'm talking about. So we've actually been working with the Mad Scientist. He's been putting together a cookbook, which I'm really, really excited about. So he takes all the shows that he's had with us, and he creates menu items for those shows, and then he adds those to his list that he'll have in his KitchenKillaz
That's awesome.
cookbook by the Mad Scientist, which I'm super, super, super excited to add to our merch
I should
list.
see if you can get like an album pressed in like, you know, some kind of meat. And then some jerky,
Vegans will love
a
that.
jerky album.
The jerky album. Oh, that's not a bad idea. Hey, man, who knows, man? You got to think outside the box, bro. We'll try all the different things.
Yeah.
All the different things.
So Josh Bauer does do live painting with you guys.
Absolutely.
So how often does he come out with you guys?
As often as possible. We try to get Josh involved as much as possible. When we first started working with him, it was Halloween last year. And we do a wrap-up on Monday, and we do a You Pick 2 on Wednesday. And that show usually only lasts about 30 minutes. But we were going to give him an hour.
Gotcha.
And he was like, there's no way I can do a painting in an hour. I've never been able to do a painting in an hour. I'm like, bro, you have an hour. I believe in you. I bet you can do this. And he really did well. He made a Jack Skellington. It was Halloween Day, and
Cool.
he did it in 42 minutes. It was completely done. He blew his own mind.
Yeah.
And I was just I was elated that he was able to do that. And not only was everybody else excited, but I think he was genuinely ecstatic that he was able to go from just a canvas to a completely finished painting in 42 minutes.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So now we're trying.
Cool.
We try to get him involved as much as we can. You know, we've done some live painting at conventions before. We're going to be at Tampa Bay Comic Con, and he's actually going to be with us every Wednesday in July doing a 4-painting mural while we promote Tampa Bay Comic Con. He's going to be painting live with us every Wednesday in July. But we try to bring him as much as possible. You know, we try to promote, not only can we bring a chef, but we also try to let people know that if you're interested, we also have a live painting artist.
Yeah.
And some people are like, well, how do you do that? We don't want it to be messy. Josh is super, super respectful. He has drop cloths everywhere. He protects everything.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
not like he's spattering paint all over the place. You know, that's not what he's
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
And he always paints to the theme. We talk to the owners, what they like, what kind of artwork they enjoy, what kind of superheroes they like, and he makes sure that he themes the art to the set, to the food, to the show.
That's cool.
Wow.
It's awesome.
Does he ever do like any
Yes.
macaroni?
Macaroni
artwork?
art?
Yeah.
I'm sure he could. Josh Bauer is probably... Josh, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I would say Josh Bauer is in the top 3 macaroni artists in Orlando.
Wow.
Top 3.
Just do it.
And I
Just say it.
invite any macaroni artist out there to test Josh Bauer's
Bring
luck,
it
and
on,
he
you
will whoop you, bro.
three-year-olds.
I'm
call to
excited.
action
Oh, yeah.
right here.
Get me Miss McGillicuddy from 3rd grade. Josh will take all of your students downtown to Chinatown, bro.
So you guys do Fridays at 9:05 is
Yeah.
the start time. So
Live
not
at
9,
9:05.
9:05.
That's right.
Right on. And then you guys do a wrap up and review on Wednesdays at 7:05.
Yeah, Mondays we do the wrap up. Wednesdays we do.
whoops.
Yeah, Monday
Mondays
we
was the
do
wrap-up.
a wrap up at 7:05, and we just kind of give the last 6 days of what we've done and what we
Okay.
have coming up. There's so many people to thank. And I think that's one of the big reasons that I really like doing the wrap-ups is to make sure that people truly understand how appreciative we are of everything that they've done.
Yeah.
You know, and I have no problem in investing more time into a show to make sure that people truly understand how much they've really helped us. You know, all of our sponsors, our crew, because we can't do this by ourselves, man. There's no way we'd be able to do this, do what we do by ourselves. We would lose our minds.
No way, man.
Absolutely.
You know? So Monday is the wrap up. Every Tuesday at noon, we put up a poll on Facebook.com/KitchenKillaz with 5 songs. And they have from that moment we put it up, which is noon on Tuesday, until about 7 o'clock on Wednesday night to vote. And we play the top 2 songs.
Gotcha.
You know, whatever wins, we play those top 2 songs.
That's too cool.
If there's a tie between 2 songs and there's a third song, we play 3 songs.
2.5 songs.
Yeah, exactly. And then we do a thing called, right? You get a half song. Yeah. And then we do what's called Flip the Pick. The great and illustrious Commodore takes one of these amazing Fender picks right here, and we do Flip the Pick. If it lands gold side up, you get another song. If it lands not gold side up, you got to wait till Friday.
Wow.
You know, so we try to be as inventive and fun and evolutionary as possible, you know. And Thursday, we just promote the Friday show big time. Friday comes, and then, you know, we rock out Friday night. Saturday, we need a day of rest and writing. And then Sunday, we work with a gentleman named Gerg from IndieSceneRadio.com, and he does a throwback for us every Sunday at noon.
Oh, too cool.
He plays a previous Kitchen Killaz show on his radio station.
Oh, that's great.
Which is super cool. And he's actually coming up to his 6-year anniversary. Huge shout-out, Gerg, you my boy.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been really cool, man. We're busy. You know, we have 3, sometimes 4, especially when we do stuff like when we played with Second Saturdays.
Sure.
So we played Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and then we have the throwback on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually meetings and writing
We
and
usually have
creativity.
something tucked in between there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we try to keep ourselves as busy as possible. My boy Garrett Manning said a long time ago, I want to be on a stage or traveling to one.
Yeah.
And I really like that mentality. I
Sure.
really like that. And
Yeah,
so,
that's what it takes,
you know,
man.
So, and that's kind of the mentality that we brought to this. You know, now we want to be on a kitchen or headed to a new one.
It's old school rock and roll right there,
Amen.
man. That's
Absolutely.
the way to do it.
And
And
dude,
that's
I'm so glad-
where it's coming to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'm
that's where
so
it's
glad
coming
that I experienced so much of that old school rock and roll to be able to bring that history and that environment to this has been a really, really cool transition.
Well, I know you guys were on the Tom and Dan show here recently too.
Oh yeah, Corporate Time with Tom and Dan.
Those guys are so awesome, man.
Dude, they're incredible hosts.
Yeah.
They were amazing people.
And their studio is wild.
It's beautiful, man.
Tom and Dan carpet.
Dude,
Where do
Tom
you
and-
get the carpet?
Tables, chairs,
Yeah.
everything.
Wallpaper.
Their branding is outstanding. Their branding is
Yeah,
outstanding.
man.
They were so cool. They were incredibly down to earth.
Yeah.
Not only were they complimentary on the show, and I get some of it is for show, but even when the show was over,
Yeah,
they
they're
were just
sincere,
so
man.
amazing and
they-
very, very genuine.
If it's something they're into, if it's something they like, man, they'll let you know.
Oh yeah,
You know?
and if they don't like it, they're gonna let you know that too. Thankfully, we did not receive the latter.
Yeah, right.
But it was good. They're great dudes, man. I definitely recommend everybody check out A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. Check out A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. You know,
absolutely.
check out their websites. Become a partner. It's really, really cool. They're great guys.
Absolutely, man. So, when is the cooking book album scheduled? Do you guys have a schedule for that for coming out? Or
We're actually sitting down with Clayton at my man Clayton Duran out of Melbourne. We're headed there at the end of this month. So June 28th, we're actually crashing his kitchen.
Friday.
Yeah, a week from Friday.
Okay.
We're crashing his kitchen that Friday night. Which he has a beautiful kitchen. We've crashed his kitchen once before.
Gotcha.
And he's just an outstanding guy. He's been in the music industry for a very long time. And we're
Probably
really
one of the top 3 hosts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He was incredible, man, and he was
guy.
great on camera.
Yeah.
Because people, you can't. Not everybody that we've been with is like extremely, entertaining on camera. Sometimes they're really nervous or
start
they're
to
really
freeze
scared. Yeah, they like don't know what to
I
do
like
during
turtles.
headlights. Exactly. But Clayton was really great. It was nice to work with him. He was such a great host. And we actually went over there probably about a month or 2 months ago just to jam in his studio.
Oh, cool.
This guy has every instrument you can imagine just in this studio, and they're all plugged in, they're all hooked up, and they're all ready to go.
Yeah.
You can pick up a
Start playing
guitar,
something.
jump right to the keyboard, from the keyboard to the cajones, from the cajones
See,
to any kind of
I'd be
digital
sitting in
instrument.
there and then I'd be yelling at you guys, when the pizza rolls are done, just bring them in here,
Oh man, it was really cool.
Exactly.
So that's the end of this month. We're going to go with him. We're going to knock out one song. We're going to listen to it. We're going to make sure the vibe is cool, and then we're going to knock out a couple more. So at the end of that weekend, we should at least have all the stems for our first album done.
Too cool, man. Very, very cool. So once again, you guys can check out the Kitchen Killaz. Go to facebook.com/KitchenKillaz. Kitchen, KILLAZ. So check them out there. And I think what we'll do is we'll take a quick little break. I'll keep talking here. I'll have you guys set up to play a few songs for us. And then after that, we'll get into our topic tonight, which we're going to be talking a little bit about touring tips. So, so we'll get all that going. So once again, we appreciate you guys tuning in. If you go to localmusicguild.com, you can check out past episodes of what we've been up to over these last couple of months here, doing these live streams every Thursday night at 7 p.m. We've had a slew of musical guests in here, and just a bunch of really great topics that we've been discussing, and we've getting a lot of great feedback from people who are saying they're getting a lot out of it, so we appreciate that. We encourage you guys to check out the website. For as little as $1 a month, you can become an official Local Music Guild member, which unlocks a lot of really great things. We have $1 a month, a $5, $10, and they all unlock different tiers of the membership platform, and we really greatly appreciate you guys jumping on it, being supportive on it as well too. And of course, if you guys are interested, we encourage you to consider being on the show. If you've got stuff happening, things coming up, let us know. We want to help you promote it. You don't have to be a Local Music Guild member to be considered as a guest on the show. So just go on there, localmusicguild.com/join the show, or go to the Local Music Guild website and just click on the Join the Show link. And it'll take you to a form that you can fill out. Let us know about everything you have going on. We'll bring you on and then share it with everybody that checks out the videos and all that. Also, just a heads up as well, too, we are going to be taking our episodes and we're starting up an audio podcast as well, too. So keep an eye out. We're going to start this, I believe, this week. We kind of already pre-started it, but we're going to be up on the iTunes, Apple Store. We're going to be on Spotify. We're going to be on all sorts of different platforms, and we'll have the RSS feed as well available on the localmusicguild.com page as well, too. So you'll be able to take us on the go with podcasts as well, too. So we'll have more information on that probably for you guys here real soon. So we appreciate everybody being supportive and being here with us. So we're going to transition now over to the KitchenKillaz here in the studio and have a live music performance from the boys here. So I think we're pretty much all set here. So yeah,
this is awesome, man.
Hi,
everybody. Welcome to a scene change.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Cody making it seamless.
Yeah,
thanks, my dude.
yep.
And he's got a really great beard.
That's what he
seriously,
does.
I don't want to say who he got the raspberry tea from, but y'all need to jump on this because this is awesome. Cody might talk about you a little later, and if you get Cody to say your name, you've won life.
I think it's
how that works.
It's a petrol station that rhymes with la la.
Uh-oh. That's as far as we can go. That's it, baby. That's awesome, man.
So, guys, tell us what are we going to be singing here? What are you doing for us? What's our first song?
We're gonna do this is a song called Drift Slide Collide. So
right.
this is Beachside. A good friend of mine, Nikki Surf the Lip Lippy, came up with an awesome kind of drum beat at a drum circle that I was part of years ago, and that drum beat stuck in my head all the way back to Orlando. I couldn't get it out of my head, and I just started playing a guitar lick to it.
Nice.
So I wrote a song called Drift Slide Collide. I've had it for a couple years. It's upbeat, it's fun, and we're going to the beach tomorrow, so I figured tonight would be a perfect time.
That's it, man. All right, you guys are listening to the KitchenKillaz here live on the Local Music Guild. Go ahead and take it away, boys.
Yeah, baby.
Click it out. I love it.
Trust me, won't you leave from pain and touch my floor? There's some space right beside me. I could be just what you're looking for as we drift, slide, collide, explode to something undiscovered, something that could lead my world to love, slide, collide to something special. I might join you in your painting if you join me in my 3D world. rivers running rapid like waterfalls. I'm coming home to you. Slide, collide, explode to something unpredictable, something that could lead my world to love. Slide, collide to something special. Collide, something special. Slide, collide to something special. Explode to something undiscovered, something that could lead my world to love. Slide, collide, grow mountains with rivers running rapid like waterfalls. I'm coming home to you. Slide, collide, explode to something unpredictable, something that could lead my world to love. Slide, collide, grow mountains with rivers running rapid like waterfalls. I'm coming home to you. Slide, collide, explode to something unpredictable, something that could lead my world to love. Slide, collide to something special. Collide to something special. Guys,
thank you so much.
I love it. Thank you. The claps, the whistles, the throwing of things.
We have to make it sound big because there's not many of us in here right
Cody,
now.
keep your underwear on. It's not that kind of show, sir.
But I forgot to buy the roses.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I can imagine it in my mind.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than Cody
I just
throwing.
got hit with a thorn in my face.
Oh,
I loved it.
And I love.
I smelled the roses.
Mine were soft petals. That was it. It was just petals. Petals from Cody.
Well, he's not thorny for you. I mean, he's not throwing
Well,
thorns
it hit my
at you.
face.
Throwing
The
thorns.
or
Thorning.
the
You're not being
petals-
thorned,
the petals
sir.
fell off when it hit my face.
I gotcha.
And
And then I got the petals.
You were blessed with the petals, and I that's all right.
Somebody's
I
gotta take
smelled
one
it.
for the team.
It smelled nice.
You got to enjoy the
That's
petals. I
So,
like it.
Very well done, guys.
Thanks,
so
man.
let's try another one. What do we got next? What are you guys gonna do for us?
Yeah, let's do another original if that's all right. Is that cool?
Yeah,
I demand
The originals is all we can do because we
That's
don't have
what
the
I'm talking-
licensing for the covers.
I love it. Nice, my man. Well, this next one's called "Was It a Dream?"
All right.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Is this one of those ones where you dream about a big marshmallow and find out you ate your pillow during? Is that?
You gotta love a dream, bro. Oh, you've heard this
Had
before.
to cycle it into food
That's right.
somehow. You know?
Every time I see Ghostbusters with Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I just wish.
All right, you guys are listening to the KitchenKillaz here on the Local Music Guild live on a Thursday night with their song "Was It a Dream?"
Yeah, baby.
Take it away.
Was it a dream? Or did I see you smiling back at me? Dark hazel eyes that can pierce through the heart of me. Radiant beauty bearing an angel in front of me. So, was it a dream? Or were those not your lips that parted and pressured me? Your supple kiss, it graces my lips. Time stops and calls to me. Motions life to take your love, make it a part of me. And I wanna know goes when we leave. I don't want to leave it out to dry. Let's get it wet and see where it leads. I want to know, could it be too much to ask for you to step from my dreams to me? Walk out of those visions that I've seen in my sleep to me. Wake me from my nightmares where you're not standing near to me. So I want to know, could I leap to my dreams with you and leave my reality to dive in the happiness that's created by you and me, escaping from the loneliness that echoes and follows me again. And I want to know, will you take me when you leave? I don't want to wake from my dreams, so please lead me to my sleep. I want to know, can I stay with you in my dreams? I'm wondering if you'd answer a question. Clear this up for me now, and clear this up for me. Was it a dream? Or did I write this for an angel that visits me? Is it just me and my crazy contradiction taking me in two directions, leaving everything up to me? So please let me sleep, so I can see you smiling right back at me. Soft lips to tell the truth, and they'll never hold back with me. Oceans love to take my love and give these right back to me. I want to know where our love goes when we leave. I don't want to wake from my dreams, so please lead me to my sleep. I want to know, can I stay with you in my dreams? I'm wondering if you'd answer a question. Clear this up for me now, and clear this up for me. Was it a dream? And clear this up for me. Was it a dream? And clear this up for me. Was it a dream? And clear this up for me. Clear this up for me. And clear this up for me now. Sweet, baby. Thanks, guys. Commodore making it sound so sexy. That's
Was it a dream?
That's
by
right.
the Kitchenkillaz.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it, bro. Thanks for having us again. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice studio, man. It's a nice, comfortable environment to play in. So anybody thinking about it, definitely do it. Hit on, man. Ben Gardner. Make it happen. All the things.
That's right. That's right. You can go to, if you want to join us, it's simple. Just go to thelocalmusicguild.com/join the show.
And membership is only $1.
Yeah.
It's $1.
As little as $1 a month. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You can find that in your couch cushions,
Yeah.
in your cup holder, in your car, probably in your dryer with the missing sock.
I
Cody
don't know
will
if it came
look.
straight out of my checking account. I don't think I'd even notice it gone.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Direct deposit, $1.
I
Make
spend
it happen,
more than
baby.
that on a soda.
You can borrow it from
Exactly.
Cody. Just ask Cody for it.
Cody's got $1. That's right. Not after all that raspberry tea you just drank.
Yeah.
No way, baby.
From
I
Lala.
spent my dollar on
From Lala.
spent all my money on
Gas
tea.
and sandwiches and raspberry tea.
Well, very cool. Let's do one more from you guys.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. It
Oh,
sounded
okay.
awesome. It
Sweet,
sounded good.
baby.
We're getting a ton of love on the chat room here.
What
So
do you want to do? Any requests out there? Is there anybody out
Yeah.
there saying, hey, let's do this, let's do
approach
that?
the room here and see what they have to say.
Let's poll the audience.
Yeah. What do you guys want to hear out there? Because
Yeah.
they're freaking out over this.
Yeah, whatever you guys want to hear,
Loving it.
man. I don't know who's in there, but we love you, whoever it is. And let us crash your kitchen. You could help us achieve our year goal is the Kitchenkillaz by just allowing us to crash your kitchen, and it's free.
I think we got a request for Waste My Time.
Oh, is that Kevin B. Blood?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin, I know you oh too well, my good man. Oh too well. That's actually about the music industry. So I mean, I don't mind doing Waste My Time at all, man.
Yeah. Let's do it. We're on a music industry related show.
Okay.
Let's do it. It's
man.
appropriate.
This is going to be for everybody. I'm going to tune. This is just for the continuity. The song is for the overall enjoyment for everybody. You're welcome. You'll thank me later.
Once again, you guys are joining us here at the Local Music Guild live stream. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. We always have a slew of really awesome guests, including the KitchenKillaz that we have here in the studio right now. So check them out once again, facebook.com/KitchenKillaz, KILLAZ. Don't get it wrong, get it right.
That's right, baby.
So lots of shows coming up. So you guys can come check these guys out live if you're in the area or if they're going to be in your area.
By all means, man. Mondays and Wednesdays, we normally stream from our own kitchen. If you guys are free on a Monday and Wednesday, come by, check out the show, see what's going on. If you have something to push or promote or proliferate, let us know. Any kind of creators or influencers, if you're that, we're more than happy to have you guys come on, talk about what you do, and we'll make it happen.
People.
Heck yeah.
All of them.
All the people at the same time. We had Biggie Bencoma from Deli Fresh
No
Threads
kitchen
on
too
2 Mondays
small.
ago. We made
yeah.
grilled cheese, and we also made grilled peanut butter and jelly. Have you ever had one of those before?
Whoa.
Incredible. We'll get into there later. That's another show. So this next one is called Wasting Time.
It's an abomination.
That's right, baby. But it was amazing. I want to add bananas, and I want to make that happen.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, man, this is called Wasting Time. This is about when the rubber meets the road. The music industry is full of actually, the world is full of a lot of people that say that they want to do something, and they're so driven to do it. But then when they're given the opportunity, they don't. And the music industry, in my personal experience, that's how we went from a 5-piece to a 2-piece. Everybody wants to do it until they realize it's not just the show. There are hours and hours and hours and hours of work and work. You know, you guys know, man. The show itself is eating the cake. Everything else is making it.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it,
that's
man.
a good one. Oh my gosh.
So this is called Wasting Time. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you don't, it's okay. I still love you. I'm tired of the way that you look at life with innocent belief. I'm weary and beat down by the lack of faith I've seen in whom I thought could follow suit and come through when life gets down and you're dirty. I'm fed up with the lies and the seamless moments that you brush to the side. And don't waste my time with your lies. I'm done with happy hearts and endless love. It's all just worthless while everyone sleeps tight. I pray and ponder on how I can make my dreams come to life. But you give nothing, you sit and wonder while you're still chasing dreams. Don't waste my time, you're full of your lies. And don't waste my time with your lies. And don't waste my time as you feed into the fire. Don't waste my time with your lies, with your lies. And don't waste my time again. And don't waste my time again. This one's for you. Listen closely, write it down. It's better that you find out now. No longer will I hold it back. Truth will come to light. So gather up your tears and blanket. We both know tonight you'll need it. You and I know it's no secret that you're a parasite. Afraid to take the first step forward. Last I sacrifice the future. Tonight I'll take it one step further. Open up your eyes. You are such a lazy talker. Take that chip right off your shoulder. Do us all a great big favor. Fade into the fire. And don't waste my time with your lies. And don't waste my time as you fade into the fire. Don't waste my time with your lies. waste my time again. And don't waste my time again. And don't waste my time again. Oh no, no, don't waste my time again. And don't waste. Yes. Thanks, guys.
That was fun. Go, man.
Sweet baby.
Waste My Time by the KitchenKillaz.
That's right, man. Thank you. Thanks for having us, dude. That was fun.
Absolutely.
That's good
Man,
times.
yeah, that's really good. That's really awesome. I have you guys play all night if we could, but
All night long, all
we do have a
night,
topic to
yeah.
get to, darn it. So all right,
I'm excited about that. That's a good topic too.
Yes, let's do that now. So we're gonna do another quick reset by the magic of, because we're this close to a magical mouse. I'm just gonna take you guys off camera, and then magically you'll appear somewhere else in the studio.
It's all magic, baby.
Yeah. So once again, we appreciate you guys tuning in and being here with us on a Thursday for our local Music Guild live stream. Once again, we're here every Thursday night doing it all the time. We got some shows coming up that we want to talk to you guys about. We're just real quick. We do host an open mic night every Tuesday night down at the Copper Rocket in Maitland. If anybody out there is interested, come on out. It's a blast. We always have a really good time with it. A lot of great players. If you're a musician looking for others to jam with, it's a really good place to tackle those grounds as well too. That's every Tuesday starting at 8 p.m. down at the Copper Rocket in Maitland there. July 13th, we have our next second Saturdays in Sanford show out at the West End Trading Company. If you guys have never been to the West End Trading Company, you got to come out and see what you've been missing. They host a slew of events, including couch races through the streets and their Pints for Paws, where they raise a lot of money for animal shelter, the animal rescue animals, and just all sorts of stuff, man. We do a lot out there. And then we've got our September 7th. We've got our Sanford Music Festival coming up on the calendar. So if you guys are interested in performing or vending or even sponsoring the event this year, it's always a huge festival, and we're looking forward to doing it again this year out in Sanford. So if you're interested, want to check out more details, go to sanfordmusicfest.com, and you can check out more details there as well. And and you can there's an application there if you want to perform or if you want to vend or anything like that. And we're going to be kicking off our yearly Mai Tai Rumble Battle of the Bands out in Daytona. This is a really awesome battle of bands. It's the best one that I've ever been a part of, and we do this at the Mai Tais over there in Daytona, right on the beach, man. It's totally cool. So if you guys are interested in that, hit us up, send us over an email. We have an application for you to send in, and you guys can be part of the Mai Tai Rumble, which is a 4-week long event. So it's really great. So we'll have more details on that coming up as well too. So getting back to it, we want to talk a little bit more about our topic tonight. We're going to be talking about touring tips and tricks. So, let's get into it, guys. So I'm so glad you guys are here for this, because you guys obviously have a lot of experience, getting around and doing this stuff. And I know, Billy, you've been out of country even on tour and things like that, which is always a big challenge. So, yeah. So if you really want some headaches.
Currency, language, and don't forget your passport.
Yeah, there you go. And that's the episode. We appreciate you guys too.
That's all you need to know. Write those 3 things down.
That's it, man. That's it. That's funny.
Don't do all the drugs, and currency, passport, yes.
Sample.
Yeah.
Taste.
Everything in moderation.
That's it. Well, we just have some points we're going to bring up. We're going to keep it real simple tonight. So, so I will start out and say, bands that are first getting started out on the touring, especially when you're going just, a few miles out, 30 minutes, an hour away from your hometown, whatever. Just don't get discouraged with low amounts of crowds, small crowds,
100%.
I know a lot of guys that I know that are getting started, they do their first show and nobody was there, nobody liked me, so don't get discourged on that, because there's
don't take it personal.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes it just rains and sometimes it pours, and
it's true.
So and I know it's gotten increasingly difficult for bands to get out of town, because venue owners and promoters and people are all looking for more revenue, and everybody's desperate to get it. So, so don't hurt yourself too bad if it's the first time you're playing out and you don't have that epic show. And beyond that, I would say if you're looking to get out, because it is hard to find these venues and facilitate yourself in them. Hit up bands in your area and ask them where they've been and what their experiences were like, who they worked with, what other bands they worked with. And I mean, it's old school. That's how we used to do it when we were younger. Because
it's a great relationship too.
Yeah, trade shows are really important. Like to be able to trade a show. We're from Orlando. That band's from Tampa. It's like, man, you guys come over to the social over here. We'll go over to Brass Mug over there. And then you just try to do your best to kind of build that. Trade audiences.
I'll fart on your couch, you fart on my couch.
Fart on each other's couches.
Interesting analogy.
That's interesting. That's a new one. I like that. And yeah, I mean, and especially playing to the small crowds, like they're not all going to be huge, And I think there's kind of like there's some type, and I'm not necessarily sure why, but people think, oh, right when I just want to be on tour, I want to play with thousands of people. Okay, hold on. Sure. Like that first show is probably going to be 4 people.
Right.
And
if you're lucky.
Yeah, number one, don't take it personal. Number two, every time you play a show is another opportunity to evolve the show. It's another opportunity to make sure you're doing your best on stage.
Yeah.
Like, let the people be the people, no big deal. Entertain the people that are there like you're playing to 10,000 people. But every night you have the opportunity to play a show is a brand new night. You have to do everything over again. So if you want to switch something up, if you want to switch your set, if you want to try this new stage thing, or if you want to try this new whatever, every show is a brand new opportunity to go out back out there and do it again.
Yeah, and don't shortchange yourself on the where you're at, because the environment you're in, you may not have the best show, but if you're doing it right, you could absolutely be researching, the local publications, the local radio stations, the local webcasts, the local whatever, and get some really great press out of that area. Maybe the show's not as strong.
Try to fill your day.
Yeah,
you may have a show that night, but see if you can get on a radio show in the morning.
Yeah,
see if you can get on a couple of them, radio to radio to radio. Maybe do a podcast if you can find a local podcast. Do some social media while you're out there. Visit the local places. Go to the venue before the show even starts. Go there, feature the venue.
Hit up the day drinkers.
Yeah, exactly.
You can even go to the local music guild and click join the show button.
I like him. I see why you keep him around. That's good. Between that and the tea, he's a winner.
Yep, Cody's the man.
That's what I'm here for.
So when you guys are out and about, this is another big one, is the sleeping habits of being on tour. And I know it's not easy, especially a duo, because you always want to try to have a co-pilot, keeping you up at night. How do you guys arrange your sleeping habits when you're driving out to 2-3 hours, 4 hours, or even up to Georgia, hours and hours?
Sure.
It gets interesting sometimes because we're both up pretty early throughout the week. So on Fridays, our main gig is when we're traveling the most.
Yeah.
We'll be up from 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning until the show ends, and then we're driving home sometimes 2-3 hours. And if we can at all help it, we don't drive after the show.
Yeah,
not because we get hammered or anything like that, but
just energy.
We're just tired.
Energy.
We're done.
I mean? And the show that we put on is about an hour and a half, and it's a solid hour and a half of energy. It's not just music.
Yeah, right.
So we're engaged and we're interviewing. The energy level is really high.
And your banter is great. I mean,
thanks, man.
Some funny stuff.
It's been and the Commodore's right. We're up at 5:30, 6:30 in the morning on Friday. We have a super long day. So, for example, great example. We went to the very first time we went to Okeechobee. We met up with Lisa Daly. Awesome, Lisa, we love you. And it was a heck of a ride out there, and that was a learning experience for us. We were like, cool. The show ended around 10:30. We hung out for a little bit. We had something to eat. We left there around 11:30 or 12, and we still had a 3-hour ride home. So now we're pushing, 22, 23, 24 hours.
Sure.
And that's when we were like, okay, let's see how we can manage this properly. Let's see how we can make sure that even a nap sometimes helps out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if anybody ever feels the need to pull over and sleep, pull over and sleep.
Yeah.
Take 15 minutes, take 20 minutes, take 30 minutes. You'll be surprised how much energy a little nap like that will give you.
Yep.
So we try to kind of, I'll drive to the show, the Commodore will drive home, or the Commodore will drive to the show and I'll drive home.
Yeah.
So on the way out there, we try to rest. Because we know, yes, I'm excited. Yes, it's easy to stay up on that 2 to 3 hour trip and to just be talking about what the night's going to entail.
Exactly.
But on the way home, you're going to wish that you took that hour, that 2 hours. And a lot of times on longer rides, we try to swap it out. So every 3 hours is usually about the time that it's time to fill up gas. So when we fill up gas, we do stretch, we get out, we get something to drink, we get something to eat, and we switch the pilots.
Yeah.
You know, and we try to keep
I
that
like
kind
to
of
stop a
revolution
lot,
happening.
too.
Yeah.
Road trips, I like to stop.
Yeah, take
every
your time.
couple
Leave
hours.
early.
Yeah.
Leave early.
I don't know why.
You know, take your time, leave early,
Yeah.
make sure that you're not now sometimes tours don't always offer you that luxury when you're going show to show to show.
Yeah.
And that's why I would say most certainly if it is in your budget, find a friend that'll go with you. A friend in the very beginning, you'll have those people that just love what you do, and some of them will even do it for free.
Yeah.
They just want to travel with you.
Well,
give
they
them
could
food.
double up as a merch booth attendant.
They help
can
you with
double
your
up as a
merch. They help you
roadie.
with your gear. You know, just make sure they don't
They
go
can find the
hungry.
closest laundromat for you, and
Yeah,
you're doing your laundry while
absolutely.
you're...
Laundry.
It really is. It really is such a. And you're. It's funny, but you're right.
Yeah.
You're 100% right. Like
Yeah.
it changes the entire game when you have that one ancillary person to come with you to help you with the miscellaneous items of what it takes to tour.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, and do not underestimate your fuel cost.
Yeah.
That's the biggest
story.
thing. That's the biggest thing, man. Fuel cost is number one, and that's something I learned really,
Yeah.
really quickly.
And stop for gas, darn it.
Stop for gas when you want to stop for gas.
Yeah, don't
miss
push it.
Because we pushed it last night. We had we had a rental car. We had an event down in Miami, and we were coming back, and we passed the
rest
service
of the-
station, and it was like, okay, we have the car says the intelligence of this automobile says we have 24 miles before we're in trouble, and I think we went 25 miles
Yeah.
and found a gas station.
Dude, that's white knuckling it, bro. Your
Yeah.
heart's thumping, man. You're just looking at that E, but that E, it's now beneath E.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how long do I have to walk with
Yeah,
gas can?
AAA was on speed dial.
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
exactly.
ready for it.
And that's
We're
another
ready
thing.
for it. You
Make
know?
sure you have enough chargers for your phones.
Yeah.
Make sure you have spare
Yep.
tires. Make sure you have flare. Like, make sure you have
or
a
get
way
the
that if
zero
something
lemon,
happens-
the giant, massive.
Seriously,
phone
bro, you can
case.
run your phone for a year and everybody's phone in this building.
It's its
crazy.
own little nuclear power plant.
That is
It's
true.
about 3 days with a charge. Zero lemon, man. They're awesome cases. And yeah, three days with a charge on that.
How long
That's...
does it take to fill that thing back up?
3 days.
Well, it takes 7 days to fill it up.
He's got three.
car
He just keeps
There's the catch.
swapping them back and forth.
Yeah, it's the way to go, though, man. I swear by those things. The vegan black metal chef actually would turn me on to that, as a matter of fact. And man, I've never looked back. You know, so I would also say on top of that, the driver is always in charge of the radio. They always let
Whatever
them,
they wanna
yep,
hear.
whatever they want. You know,
They're the one driving, man.
Yep,
If because if the passenger wants to hear smooth jazz and the driver is getting ready to fall asleep,
Yeah.
you want to hear your smooth jazz and get in an accident, or do you want to let him listen to whatever, her listen to whatever she wants
you
to
want
do?
to die
and
to smooth
arrive alive?
jazz? I mean,
Exactly. Do you really want to die to smooth
Or
jazz?
if you want to arrive home with my choice.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
For you guys, diet's huge on the road because one, you don't want to bust down your immune system. So you want to be able to have a strong immune system so that you don't get too sick. You're gonna get sick, but you don't want to get too sick. You want to be able to fight off stuff. But for you guys, like after you've done an episode and somebody's cooked like the most lethargic dinner, hey, we cooked
Oh, we've
turkey
been there.
for you, and you were eating tons of turkey. Now you're sleepy. So it's I guess it's got to be a little challenging for you guys to maintain a specific diet on the road. But what advice would you guys give as far as guys out on the road who
I'll let the
can
Commodore start
make
with this
decisions?
one. Yeah.
Well, in answer to your, I was going to answer it differently, but like as you finish the question, I got to answer it differently now. I would just look for snacks that you love to have that are not terrible options.
They're not heavy.
Because the
Yeah.
stuff that you eat on a regular basis, like I eat really well myself, but like I eat a lot of junk as well.
Yeah.
But if I keep those staple healthy habits, just like intermittent through whatever else I get my hands on, sometimes you're on the road, you don't control what you like. There's no organic farmers market in the middle of nowhere.
Sure,
You know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Like there may be a 7-Eleven with some Slim Jims.
Yeah.
But earlier today I had a handful of apples and some nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, certainly.
Lots of water.
Yeah.
We enjoy Red Bull. Red Bull's good.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I'm not saying it's a healthy choice, but
Yeah.
it helps you. And then it's funny when you were talking about those lethargic meals. When we did play that Lisa Daly Okeechobee show,
Yeah.
it was all heavy pulled pork barbecue, 73 mac and cheese, mac and
man.
cheese. I mean, talk about you want to take a nap
Yeah,
after
you
that?
can't say no to that.
And you can't say no,
No
to it.
way.
And again, it's all about moderation. So, like, we just have a little bit. Like, I'll just have a little bit. It depends on who's driving.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm driving, and which I drove home that night, which we made it, and it was good, but it was one of those things where you're like, you're hugging up on the wheel. You got the AC on. You got the music on. You got the windows down.
Yeah, you see me lean forward, like,
oh
we made
man,
it
where you're just like, okay, and the Commodore, he's a,
Yeah.
So one of the things that we try to do is we try to stay awake for each other, at least
Yeah.
to be there for a conversation, or we try.
Sure.
But everything in moderation. Don't eat really heavy, especially if you have a long drive ahead of you.
Yeah.
Like, eat a little bit. You don't want to offend the host. You don't want to not eat anything.
Sure.
You know, because
we're probably going to get some leftovers.
yeah, we're probably going to
Yeah.
take some home with us. And again, watch your moderation. So if you're drinking or whatever your choice is, whatever your vice of
Yeah.
choice is, again, remember, ultimately you have to get in a vehicle with
Yeah.
your friends, and their lives are in your hands.
Absolutely.
You know, and that is so imperative. Like the rock star life. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, live a rock star life, but
Yeah.
a life. That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
To make sure you get to do it tomorrow.
Yep. Unfortunately, and it does happen. We've known a handful of people who have not made it back from tours. It's very important. It's a very important aspect to it. I would say too. Always have some kind of cooler, because cold drinks and a place to put leftovers and foods. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Or I have seen the 12-volt refrigerators actually that you can put in your car now. Which I don't know how well they work, but they do make them.
That's
Small
pretty cool.
spaces, but they're not giant refrigerators. But it might be an option.
And again, not to to reinforce it. There's a little element of pride when people just want to get home. They just want to get home, but there is
Yeah.
no problem whatsoever with pulling off to the side of the road
Absolutely.
and chilling for a couple minutes. Grab that rest area, find somewhere safe, do whatever you need to do. Take 10, 15 minutes. We've done it. Like, we've been
Oh,
in
sure.
it.
Yeah.
I remember taking
I'll
a nap
bet.
at the pump in the gas station. Like, I was so tired. When I pulled into the gas station, I stopped the car, I put the e-brake on, I put it in park, I put the e-brake on, I shut the car off, and I allowed myself to relax for about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
just sat there and just chilled. I set an alarm on my phone. 20 minutes later, I woke up and I was ready to rock and roll. I have
Absolutely.
no problem. But do not hesitate to take that 10, 15, 20 minutes and just relax and give your body a moment.
Yeah. Now, do you guys?
You
Oh, sorry,
can
Cole.
actually get a DUI for driving
Absolutely.
while tired.
I watched a MythBusters years ago, and they compared drunk driving to tired driving.
Mm-hmm.
And driving while tired is more destructive. You have less control. You make more mistakes than a drunk person
I
does.
would agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's really
advocating
incredible.
drunk driving at all.
Yeah.
However, like when you're falling asleep at the wheel, like you don't see anything,
Well,
you don't hear anything,
you
don't
blink
feel,
and
like,
you're-
You start to take micro
a mile
naps.
down the road.
Yeah, what happens is you start to take micro naps and you don't realize it. If
Yeah.
you've ever gotten home and you're like, I don't remember driving the last 30 minutes.
Right. That's
throughout
what
that period of
happened, yeah.
time, your body starts to meld dream with reality.
Yeah.
So you start to see, oh, there was a deer, or there was a person, or there was a car, or maybe
Yeah.
there is a car and you didn't see it. And you're swerving to not hit the invisible deer.
Right,
And you're
right.
swerving in oncoming traffic, or you're swerving off the side of the road. Like when your body wants to sleep, it is going to sleep.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and I know we've all felt this, sometimes there is no greater pull to sleep than when you're driving
Yeah.
and your body's like, you want to go to sleep
Yeah,
right
right.
now. And you're like, you're
It's
right,
mesmerizing.
I do.
If you basically to sum it up, if you start eating the yellow lines like you're Pac-Man, you
need to take a break.
That's when it's time to
Oh,
stop.
yeah. I like the cooler though. Cold drinks, things
Yeah.
refreshing, things that are going to wake the body up.
Absolutely.
No smooth jazz, no warm tea. Go to the gas station, walk into those halogen lights, grab something to drink, grab something cold, and like the Commodore was saying, get some snacks, something to keep yourself active.
Yeah.
Having another person there is really important too. If you can have somebody there just for conversation,
Yeah.
especially if it's good conversation, the next thing you know, you're home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yep. Or you missed the gas station because you've been talking too much.
Or you miss the gas station, and now your buddy can be awake with you while you wait for AAA.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys, part of your plan to go out and tour and stuff, because you play a lot of free events and stuff, is the merch sales. So do you guys have a backup plan when you're starting to run low and you have multiple dates that you got to hit? Do you have somebody at a home base mailing it out, next daying it to you? How do you guys?
Well,
how do you go?
the cool thing
organize
is that we're booked so far in advance that
Yeah.
if we need to have something drop shipped, we can have it sent to an address that we're headed to.
Yeah.
So we do everything online. I have an application on my phone. I can do immediate orders for things that we don't have.
Is there a particular company that you work with that you would plug
right now,
on that, or-
there's three. We work with Teespring. Teespring's really good. We also work with Merchroom.com is one of our largest sponsors. Merchroom.com is awesome. Jimmy and Cody, absolutely incredible. Good friends of ours.
What is it again? Say it one more time.
Merchroom, MERCH.
Merchroom.com.
Merchroom.
Okay.
Yep. So for
Cool.
all your merch, And they will help you with branding. They will help you with sales. They will help you with a cart. They will help you with shipping. They will help. They're really cool. And
they're local here, aren't they?
Yeah, they're out of Orlando, and they have a partnership where if you recommend somebody else, so if I recommend Orlando bands or local music guild, and you guys have a shopping cart, and the way that you got there was through the KitchenKillaz, every time you make a sale, a percentage of that goes to us.
Oh, the old pyramid scheme.
Exactly, and it works. And it works. Landon Nolan, my boy Landon, who I think has been on this very show.
Oh, he's been on several times.
He has a merchroom.com account as well.
Cool.
And he had gotten that through us. So anytime he makes some merch sales, I mean, dude, we're not rolling in the money, but every little bit counts.
Absolutely.
You know, so and that really helps out. But we have an app on our phone. We can order directly from our phone immediately. We can have it drop shipped to our next schedule. And we have a select number of inventory items that we most certainly make sure that we maintain at all times.
That's fantastic.
At all
That's
times.
awesome. So, how do you guys, with your show being mobile and stuff, what are some of the top tips that you would give as far as turning the adventure of going out on a tour or mini tour or longer tour or whatever, turning it into a podcast or a video cast? What are some of the things that you would say, you know, 'cause some guys, they go too long with their live streams, or just the substance that's there. You know, the value kind of gets degraded because they're not pre-planning what they're going to say or do. What kind of advice or tips would you have to make that content, you know, have substance and value?
I would say be really good at improv.
Yeah.
Make sure you follow a good structure. Yeah. You know, like as improvisational as we are and as off the cuff as we are, we still have a very loose skeleton that we stick to. You know, we make sure to keep, it's all about the energy. That's all about that bouncing ball. Mm-hmm. You always want to keep that bouncing ball. And after you've done this for a while, any kind of live entertainer, it doesn't matter if you're a comedian or a musician, you feel that element of energy.
Yeah.
And you start to really kind of become connected to it, so you can feel a swell. You can feel it drop. You can feel it rise. You can feel, and a lot of times musicians, and most certainly I'm sure you've done this as well, I'll base my next song on the energy of the crowd.
Yeah.
So if the energy is really rocking and they're really having a good time and it's totally cool, I'm not going to play a song with low BPMs that's going to take everybody out of that really rocking state and put them in a melancholy chill state. Yep. Keep it going. So to be able to improv and make sure you're thinking off the cuff, you know, and you're having a good time, involving people, making sure that you're really focusing not only on the people that help you get there, but your current content. And people don't necessarily care about your song; they care why you play the song. They connect to your journey.
Yeah,
and people are more interested in you than you think.
Yep.
You know,
what kind of equipment would you guys say to? Because I know with us getting this up and running, we went through a slew of different options for cameras and microphones, and just what was affordable, what was not affordable, we wish we could have had. But, you know, what would you guys say if somebody getting started with some kind of a video cast or live stream on the road like that, they can't do a hard install like we've got here? Is there any equipment that you guys would recommend looking into or using?
Yeah, it's a simple little tripod with a frame that your phone goes in.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Yeah, we plug a little directional mic with a what do you call that? Little fluffy looking thing,
a fuzzbuster, or some people call it a clown nose.
Yeah.
It's a windscreen.
So we got the phone. We got it plugged into the wall, so we don't die midstream. And then
always plug it in.
Originally we started with a small Fender amp that we didn't plug in. We just used it for a stand because it was perfect.
Oh yeah.
And I had a pop socket on the back of my phone. And when I would lean it down with a pop socket, I needed one matchbook to lift it up perfectly for the height. And then I had two LED lights that we just clipped on, and we made sure we had to have power. So we had two LED lights that we plugged in. That's what our power was.
Gotcha.
And then we just had a Fender amp, and we set it on the handle. So we set the pop socket on the handle of the amp, but you had to add a matchbook on there just to lift it up a little bit. And that's how we started.
Yeah.
So here we are, like bringing this Fender amp everywhere. Like, oh, do you need to plug that in? No, not really. It's actually just our stand, and it holds the lamps. But
that's awesome.
The Commodore sent me a link to this really cool device, and it wasn't that expensive. It was a collapsible tripod stand, and then it had a plastic holder for the phone that it could hold multiple phones, two handles on each side, and it had two notches at the top where you can get different accessories. So we have a battery-powered LED light that we use, and we have a directional microphone that plugs directly into the phone.
Yeah,
cool. And with that, we're completely battery-powered.
Totally mobile.
100% remote.
That's great.
And one of the things that we've also been looking into is a hotspot. Because we're not always able to...
That was going to be one of the things I suggested, was always having a Wi-Fi plan in place, but always have a hotspot subscription on your phone with a large data plan, because you get out in the middle some of these
Oh,
places.
dude,
Yeah.
unlimited. Shout out to AT&T. I've
Yeah.
got an unlimited plan for AT&T. It's incredible. They're awesome. They throttle me at 26 gig, and man, if I only got throttled twice, and that's a
Wow.
lot
Yeah.
of data.
Yeah.
You're streaming a lot of data. But I would say try to keep it simple, try to keep it mobile, and try to keep it rechargeable.
There you go. I would say too. One thing, I don't know if you guys have any policies like this in place, but check into your insurance. If you your car insurance, or if you're renting a vehicle, how that insurance works. Don't skip out on it. Pay that extra $30 if you're renting a car. That way, if you can walk away from that thing, you can take it mud run and do whatever you want. But check into that. You may want to definitely look and see what your own insurance provider is going to do for you. Because if your equipment gets stolen, even outside of the vehicle, some insurance policies will actually cover that. Some of them won't. So look into that, and then you can also go to musicproinsurance.com, which is a website that offers additional plans, especially specialized for musicians. Pretty affordable rates actually too. So build that into the cost, because you don't want to shortchange yourself. There's so many things that can actually happen out there, and you need to be aware of what actions to take and what your options are when if they do arise. When and if they do arise. There's so many people who've had equipment ripped off. I lost a guitar in Puerto Rico. Lost a guitar years ago. So it happens. It just happens.
There was a trick that I saw a while ago where I had actually asked a band, and the guy that was driving the truck, they had a van. It was your classic 15-passenger van, 5x8 trailer.
Yeah.
And they back the trailer all the way up to a wall.
Yes.
They don't have any side entrance. They have nothing like that. So they back it all the way up to a wall. And when you don't have that available, a lot of bands tour together. They'll back their trailers up to each other, so they can't physically get into it.
Yep.
And then physical security is always better than digital security.
Yeah.
Digital security will let somebody know your stuff is getting stolen.
Right.
But that physical security, so we lock down our trailer wheels. I have a heavy chain that I bring with me.
Wow.
We lock down the wheels. I make sure that we have one of the round locks on the back, so there's nothing to cut into.
Interesting.
It's really
Yeah,
difficult to
that's
cut
smart.
into that.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And the way that I've learned that is when I bought the trailer, you could tell that somebody had broken into that trailer, and instead of cutting the lock, they actually went after the latches. They cut the latches completely off.
Yeah, with a hacksaw or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah,
And when
sure.
if people want something, man, they're gonna get it.
Absolutely.
Got to be careful.
Very interesting. The other thing I would say, and Cody, you've been doing this, is just documenting everything. Your experience with a promoter, your experience with the venue, the other bands that you shared the stage with, and the money and all that stuff, so that next time around, if you're touring in the spring, when it comes fall and time to go out again, you have a really clear idea of where you've been, where you're at, who you want to be with, all that kind of stuff.
And I'd say start with a small tour.
Yeah.
Start with something small.
Yes.
If you've
Something
never toured
manageable.
before,
Yeah.
and instead of jumping on a 30, 40-day tour, I think the longest tour that I was on was 42 days.
Wow. Yeah,
And
that's a long
it
run.
was fun. I came back from a 42-day tour. 2 days later, I got a call, and it was like, hey, in 2 days, we leave for a 36-day tour. So I will say, if you're in a relationship, thank your significant other big time. Make sure you praise them with gifts and love and adoration and everything you can, because it is not an easy task to be in a relationship with a touring musician. But if you're going to start touring, start small. Do your local, do your city. And I would say this, even if you're close to home, if you really want to get the feeling of what it's like to tour, sleep in your car.
Yeah.
Sleep in the van. Sleep in the van.
And don't shower for 2 days.
Hydration is really important. Deodorant is really important. And make sure that you take care of each other. Health is number one. If you're sick, you can't play.
Yeah.
If you can't play, you won't tour.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
We've said it before, where you Lysol bomb the car. Anytime you're going to be gone from the car for at least an hour,
Open
just
up all the
spray.
windows. Open up all the doors. Air it out, baby.
Spray it out.
Air it out. Yeah.
I also recommend at least once a week, unpack your bags. Take your bags out. Unpack everything. If you have a local washer and a dryer that you can go to, even if it's clothes that you haven't worn, throw them in the dryer. Put a dryer sheet in there. Freshen it up, man. Really get everything in there, because even if you haven't touched it in a while, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks goes by, you're talking about humidity. You're talking about rain. You're talking about people doing all human things inside of a vehicle that you do. That's just involuntary, you know. But it's one of those things where, start with a small tour, spend a couple days, do a local one. The first one that I ever did was Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville.
Yeah, that's a good
We just
circuit
did
there,
a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We made sure we stayed in the vehicle.
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. We didn't go to a hotel room. We didn't go home. We could have driven home and just driven to the next show.
Sure,
But we
sure.
really wanted to understand what it was like, because that is a brand new level of being in a band.
Yeah.
You can be in a band and be best friends with your buddies, but when you're 22 days into a tour,
Yeah, and you can't stand the smell of each other's
and
farts.
you hate each other, like you really have to be able to forgive each other a lot. There's a lot of forgiveness, a lot of transparency, and number one is always be transparent. Money's a huge thing. Money, like no ship is destroyed because of water on the outside.
Right. It just doesn't happen. There's water that gets inside.
Most bands
Brings
fail
it down.
because of inside, and a lot of bands fail. I've been part of several bands that have failed because of money.
Yeah,
Because of money.
Well, excellent tips. I that's about our time. But man, we filled it out well. What a great show, man! Once again, guys, I appreciate having the Kitchen-Killaz here.
Man, thank you guys for having
on the
us, dude.
show with
Super
us.
cool.
So Facebook.com/Kitchen-Killaz. So you can
baby.
check them out.
Thank you for saying it right every single time.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. We have people that worked with us for a year,
KitchenKillaz.
and they're like Kitchen Killers, the killers.
With an AZ.
With an AZ. I'm like, no, that's phonetically incorrect, love. But we love you. Thank you guys so much.
Right
And
on.
a huge shout out to all of our crew, man. Jen Holland, Shelley Wheeler, Garrett Sage, Dina and Cosplay Michael from Hanging Web Show, Dennis, the Mad Scientist, Josh Bauer, Kevin B. Blood, Mia Blood. There's so many people to talk about.
Yeah.
Christina Johnson. There's so many people that are in every show all the time. Bronwyn from Hearts Helping Others. And the list could go on and on and on. Terry from Ireland. Kyle from Trinidad.
Yeah.
You know, we have people from all over the world, and if it wasn't for people like that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. We would not be here right now.
That's awesome. Well, very cool. Once again, visit them online and check out their calendar. They're going to be touring like crazy this
Crushing
year,
it,
so
kitchen
all over
near
the
you.
place. Yeah, all over the place. So once again, we appreciate you guys coming in here and visiting us. And we do highly suggest for you guys to go over to the localmusicguild.com. We encourage you to please consider becoming a member for as little as $1 a month, and we will see you guys on the next show. So we'll see you guys then.
Sweet, baby.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider becoming an official Local Music Guild member for as little as $1 a month by visiting our website. Special thanks to our members and sponsors for their continued support.